Okay. This is a short one. I know it's got to be short. It's got to be. Angelsnup 7 in the house. This, of course, is the Reality's Temple. Very short commentary, straight to the point. No chaser. Just want to make this comment and get out of here. Look. F Angelsnup and his bullcrap truth. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Because I notice some people can probably say the same thing that I say, but when I say it really draws fits of anger and outrage. If I ever catch you on the street, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, Snup. I mean, just brings out the savage in people. They can't control themselves. And I want to talk about two things real quick. I go back and forth with certain folks, and they get frustrated. If it's necessary, if I have the time, I know I could wear them down to where they have no choice but to submit to reality. Because they don't live in reality. But they will hold on to these fairy tales and these delusions as long as possible. But there have been a few people where we went for hours and hours and hours and hours. And the thing about it is, people use distraction tactics. When they get caught up on something, they don't have an answer. They want to go to another place. So this is their strategy. But see, I don't forget, you're going to answer those questions. Now, I had a so-called debate with Maurice Muhammad, and that is what caused him to get really, really angry, because I'm bringing something to you, and you need to answer that. They want to play Ring Around the Roses. No, you need to answer. Is it the truth or is it not the truth? And if it's the truth and you submit, then why aren't you accepting this reality? Why aren't you accepting this truth? So, the argument becomes about telling the truth. And so my opponent will say, well, that's your truth. I got mine and you got yours. I'm sorry. That's not how it works. Either it's true or it's a lie. One or the other. And nobody owns the truth. About that's your truth. That's my truth. No. My personal opinion means nothing. I don't care nothing about my personal opinion. Because if this ministry was based on my personal opinion, it would not even exist. My personal opinion. This ministry is based on finding the truth, accepting reality to the best of our ability. That's what it's about. It's not about my opinion. It's not about my truth. It's not about my belief. I don't own the truth. Reality is what it is. The truth is what it is. The facts is what it is. And that's what we're searching for. Because in your scripture, religious people, you say when you know the truth, it will make you free. And you have had the Bible and Jesus and Muhammad and all these other gods and spirits and voodoo and hoodoo and choodoo and Prince records and everything you got, and you're still not free. But you have all these truth. You have the supreme wisdom. You have all this knowledge. Why is that? So it's not, I'm not here to talk about my opinion. I am here to talk about reality, bringing the truth as best as we can. And so what will happen sometimes is that people will tell me, well, you make good points. I make good points. Let's just agree to disagree. And so your brother Angel, I'm going to draw anger. I'm going to draw outrage because I'm going to tell them I will not agree to disagree. Now, if you bring something to me and it sounds logical, sounds reasonable, sounds like it can carry some weight, I will tell you, okay, I agree to disagree. But when I know something is an outright lie, like your God and your spirituality and these fabricated Pan-African, pro-black, black first mythology fairy tales that y'all be teaching, I will not agree to disagree. You are teaching an outright lie. I'm not going to agree to disagree on that. And I'm going to stand on reality. I'm going to stand on the truth. So you can get angry all that you want. I'm not going to agree to disagree with something I know is a lie. There is no research I can do. There is no study I can do. There is no new information that I need. You are a liar. You're teaching lies. You're teaching fairy tales for adults. You refuse to grow up. You used to believe in Santa Claus. Now, the only thing you've done is replace Santa Claus with Allah and Jesus and Yashara, Yashe, or whatever these gods and spirits and demons, and you floating and going to the 5th dimension and the 8th dimension and Planet X and all this other damn lies. I want to do an experiment with these liars, because they're liars. And I do believe they have the chemicals that we need in order to do this. People claim they can fly out their body. People claim they're spiritual. And they are outside of their physical brain. So let's do an experiment. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of gas that can put you to sleep. It can put you asleep to the point where you can't even dream. I mean, knock you out. So while these people talk about they can fly out their body and they go to Planet X and they so spiritual, they have a life outside of the physical brain. Hey, how you doing there, Rami? Absolutely. Lies, fairy tale, rabbit holes, absolutely. I want to see what they do when you cut the brain, the physical brain off. Because they don't need it anyway. They don't need it. Oh, that's the physical body. I don't need my brain working anyway. I'm a higher being than my physical brain. I can guarantee you, you will see no movement from them until that gas wears off. They're not going to be flying no damn where. They're not going to be experiencing nothing, because it's all a manufactured lie. I'm not going to agree to disagree with things that I know is a damn lie. I'm not doing it. You can poke out your lip, stomp your feet, have all the little temper tantrums that you want. I am not doing it. Well, that's your truth. I have no truth. I don't own nothing. I have no truth. Well, that's your reality. I have no. We all in the same reality. You don't share a different reality than me. You sound crazy as hell. You breathe air like I do. You take a dump like I do. We do the same stuff. We in the same reality, except you make up stuff in your mind. I accept what I was born into, and you have created your own false world in your brain that you say you don't need because you're a higher spiritual being. But if we cut your brain off, we're not going to get any activity from you at all. And this is a fact. False, fictional solutions do not solve real problems. I've never been around such spookified people in my life. I thought the people in Mississippi in the church was spookified. These folks grew up in cities. These folks I thought was more modern. They more spookified than the people that I was with in the church in the South in the 60s. Amazing. You are more educated and you spookified. Bachelor's degree, doctor's degree, degree. And you more spookified now than when people were just pure illiterates and ignorant. So I have no truth. I own no reality. I want to know facts. I want to know these things to the best of my ability. My personal opinion don't mean nothing. My belief don't mean nothing. It's about trying to find the truth. Because if you get the real truth, it can make you free. And that's all I want to express tonight. And make sure that you share and, of course, share this video, but the one prior to I made earlier this morning, speaking about black unity, love. Black unity is love and compassion. Now, mind you, this video here, because it has negative, what's the word, connotations? Is that the word I'm looking for? Hey, what's up there, Brother Scott? This video will probably supersede in views than the one I talk about black unity, because the reality is these folks not interested in no black unity. They're not interested. They're not trying to unite. That's the reality of it. So why should I try to be friendly? Why should I try to be nice and compromise my position for a bunch of losers I know? They're not interested in real brother and sisterhood. They're not interested. They're looking out for their own personal enrichment. They've turned the struggle into entertainment. It's entertainment for them. I'm going to say some pretty words for you. Give to my Cash App. Give to my PayPal, my Patreon, and the list goes on and on. Give me some money. How you doing there, twin? Give me your money. Hey, what's up there, Burger King? Hey, I don't know how they do it, because I feel real bad asking for donations and Cash App and all that stuff. I feel really, really bad even saying something like that. Even though it would be needed. But also at the same time, like I said on a previous video, if I did that, if I was able to get thousands and millions of dollars, I must show you, not 20 years from now, 10 years from now, I must show you as soon as possible that your money was put to good use, that your money is producing. If I cannot produce, I need to sit my happy ass down. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Shut up and support somebody who got something more on the ball. Simple as that. Clearly, the pro-black, pan-African, black first, pan-African, blackity-black Hebrew, all these folks, like I told you, if you put all these blackity-black, pro-black folks together, from 2010 to 2020, it's thousands of these people, thousands. Maybe 1 million, who knows? Put them all together. What did they accomplish between 2010 and 2020? They have not accomplished no more than what I did between 2010 and 2020, because I've done absolutely nothing. Now, Brother Polite is living pretty decent, personally. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is living good. And Tariq Nasheed and all these other parasites, Umar Johnson. But the people that they claim they're supposed to be working for don't have nothing. And so now we are in a state of emergency, this pandemic, where we really do need help. Our people really need that assistance. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been taking all these donations for years and years and years and gave back little. Tariq Nasheed gave back little. Umar Johnson gave back little. Now, here is your opportunity to really help when we need it. And as you can see, you see very little activity. Matter of fact, the bastards got the nerve to keep asking you for money. They still have the nerve to ask you for money. While we going through this pandemic, there's 30 million, close to 30 million people in this country unemployed. And they still asking. That's what I told you, these folks, they don't have a conscience at all. They have no conscience. A parasite don't have conscience when they sucking the blood off a dog or a cat or a bird or even a bee. They have no conscience. How can you do that? These preachers and pastors and reverends, and they still asking the people, give me. You done took for years and years and years. Here's your opportunity to give back to those who gave you and ask for nothing in return. Hey, what's up there, Brother Talib? Is this what you want? Why are we continuing to accept this type of behavior? We are accepting this type of treatment. This is unacceptable. So don't ask me to agree to disagree, because you're a liar. You are of your father, the devil, and the works of your devil you shall do. That's a quote that y'all love to say, but you're the devil in this instance. You're the child of a devil. You have to be some kind of devil. You have to be some type. You have to be a Satanist, satanic, in order to do what y'all do. I can imagine taking from folks for years and years and years. What the hell y'all been doing with the money over these years? Living the good life. Farrakhan running around on a jet plane all over the world. Tariq Nasheed on the beaches of Brazil, watching Brazilian women with a string up their backside. They've been living the good life off the backs of the poor, off the backs of those who are sincere, who really want to change. Living off the backs of the ignorant and the naive who believe in false hopes and dreams and fairy tales. It's a nightmare. I'm not going to agree with liars, because that's a lie. Now, if you want to believe a lie, that's your business. Don't ask me. Right, Brother Scott, buying mansions and cars and the stuff that you complain about the white man about. They want the same thing. The mansions and the houses and, the cars, and they want the women and the swimming pool. They want a basketball court in their house. Who the hell want a basketball court in their house? I want to go out in the community and shoot ball with my people. I thought that's what you were about. Why you want to be stuck in the house with a basketball court, tennis court? I thought you were about the people, and you don't even want to go out and socialize with the people. You have never seen Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, none of these people actually socialize, interact with the people. You don't never see them do that. But they quick to say, give to my super chat. Give me some money. Cause I'm funny. I'm a good entertainer. Pay me for what I do. I'm fighting white supremacy sitting on my ass in front of a YouTube camera. Angelsnup and his bull-doo-doo truth. I could care less. I really don't. And I guess that's what really makes folks really, really angry, because they know I don't care. I don't care. I don't care how angry you get. I don't care how upset that you get. On my Facebook, there's a brother called Brother Sanchez. And he's been bragging about he's the greatest debater in the world and all this kind of stuff. And I wrote on his page, your debates are bogus. Y'all debate over silly stuff, foolishness. You don't never really debate real issues. And you only debate people you think that you can handle. Now, he never responded. But of course, Brother Sanchez, he got people, he's a Christ-like figure, a God figure in the eyes of some people. He's the master of the flat earth belief system. And you got all these other robots that want to defend his honor. Well, why don't you debate? Well, first of all, I really don't want to debate Brother Sanchez. I would like to discuss something with Brother Sanchez, like the Mississippi campaign. I want him to study the Mississippi campaign, and I want to debate that. Not none of this other foolishness. But, see, the thing about these high-profile YouTubers, they pick and choose. They don't want to look bad in front of their audience. They also don't want to give nobody else any type of attention. And that's what it's all about. Because Brother Sanchez is an entertainer. He's not real. Sonetta is an entertainer. Minister Farrakhan. All these folks, y'all, you have no black leadership. The only thing you have is entertainers. All your leadership that did the best they could died off when the 1960s died off, early 70s. The children of these people, my generation, those born between, I would say, the late 1940s up until the early 90s, somewhere in there. This generation, a bunch of pathetic losers, have not accomplished nothing for us. If they have, please let me know what this generation, the people, I guess they would be like in their 60s now, 50s, 40s, and 30s. What have they accomplished in their time? Now, if you in your 30s, you still have an opportunity to try to save face. But when you're my age, 50, late 40s, 60, a bunch of failures, a bunch of losers, have not accomplished nothing. Nothing for us. Absolutely nothing. So what have they done? So what have you been doing? Buying houses, getting your education. That's what you've been doing. Went to the military, fight for the cracker in Vietnam and Iraq, and you want somebody to honor you because you went and fought for the peckerwood in the desert. Afghanistan, that's what you done. Live off the struggle, live off the benefits of the last generation. That's what you done. And that's what we continue to do. Have not added nothing. That's why they always talking about the past. What they did in Egypt 5,000 years ago. What they did in 1960, what they did in 1930, what they did in 1920. What the hell have you done and accomplished in 2020, 2010, 1990, 1980? Now look, I was locked up from 1997 to 2007. I was locked up. When I got out, this pro-black garbage, whatever that was still going on, when I got out, the same nothing that was going on in 1997, the same nothing was going on in 2007. And you free. And you didn't accomplish no more than I did. No more than I did. And I was locked up. The only thing they could try to brag about is the Million Man March in 1995. So what? You was able to get 1.5 million or 2 million brothers on the Washington doorstep, and you had millions all over the world listening to your words, and you gave them nothing. And you actually want to brag and be proud of that. Incredible accomplishment. It may never be seen again. 2 million men. But also, it was a very great disappointment for the black community, the soul community. I agree with you there, Brother Taalik. I must include myself. I have no choice. But I can honestly say I tried my best of my ability. Matter of fact, I've been trying my best to my ability ever since I was a little boy. I tried. Because I don't like injustice. I don't like oppression. I tried. I look at my relatives around me. The conversation of our struggle, they don't talk about at all. Unless some kind of way it affects them. And that's the average Negro in the street. Now look at the views. If you put the Nation of Islam, Tariq Nasheed, Boyce Watkins, put all these popular YouTubers, put all their views together, don't mean nothing compared to entertainment and sports, these other things that the Negro really love. Hairstyle relationship channels and crap like that. Reality shows. They're not interested in their own future. They're not interested in their own destiny. They're just a bunch of slaves. It would be easy to put these Negroes back into physical slavery. They don't care. And I was telling a person, you must understand this. Our people never ask. Look, our people, our ancestors never asked to be free. As a people, they did not ask to be free. Now, some of them ran away, but they did not run away because of slavery. They ran away because of mistreatment. I'm going to say that again. They did not complain about slavery because slavery was all they knew. They got tired of them ass whoopings. That's what they was complaining about. Not really slavery. It's like your dog and your cat that you got locked up in your house. That's the only life they know. Eating out of a can. Eating corn and vegetables. You know, cats and dogs, you know. Cats and dogs are carnivores. You got them locked up in your house, and your dog and a cat more vegetarian than you are. And if you put your dog and your cat outside, they'll have a fit. They don't know nothing about being outside. You mean to tell me I gotta go get food for myself? And they don't know nothing about that. The only life we ever know is living with these peckerwoods. Yeah. The only life we ever know is living with these peckerwoods. We never live independent. We always have depended upon them for food, clothing, and shelter, and guidance, and morality, and teachings, and whatever. They are our real fathers and mothers. They are. They are. That's another reason why it's very difficult to rebel against them, because they are your father and your mother. Most of us, no matter how mad you get at your mother or your father, it's very difficult for you to raise your voice and want to attack your mother and your father. Because that's mom and dad. You know, now the average guy in the street that did the same thing, you'll knock his block off. But this mom and daddy, yeah, I ain't, you know. If we got rid of the peckerwood tomorrow, what you think gonna happen to us? Now you think things is bad now. If the Caucasian, if the pink folks said, we want to separate, we will give you Mississippi, we will give you Alabama, y'all get the hell away from us. Now some of these folks gonna be jumping for joy. We finally getting our reparations. Oh boy, but you ain't ready, because you're a slave. You ain't ready to be independent. They don't have the right mindset. They have no idea what freedom is. They have no idea. These folks will be killing each other and fighting, and you think you got it bad now. It sounds good. I want to be free. Free to do what? I want to be free. I want to be liberated. To do what? So you can play on Facebook, play on YouTube, drive a fancy car. What you want to be free for? To do what? That's why the average Negro said, I'm fine where I is. I got me a Popeye chicken sandwich, just bought me a new car. I'm all good. It's all good. Free to do what? The hour is too crucial for me to play games with these people. I cannot do that. I will compromise, and I will work with anybody for what is in the best interest of the whole. I do not want your religion. I do not want your belief. I don't want that. And see, these slaves, they cannot operate without their belief. See, that what really makes them and show you that they are slaves, because they need some kind of God. They need some kind of crutch in their life. They need a divine messenger. They need a big brother to look up to. They need children. How are you going to build your own nation and live independently when you're scared to leave your mama house, your daddy house? So, I cannot compromise. On that, I'm not going to agree to disagree when I know something is an outright lie. You can believe, just because you believe in it, don't make it true. You can believe in Allah and spirits and demons and Batman, whatever you want to believe in, I don't care. I don't care if thousands of people believe in it, that don't make it true. Just means a whole lot of crazy ass people out there. That's what it means. Don't mean that it's true. But they want you and me to look like we crazy because we grown beyond a crutch. We can walk on our own. If there's a God and God want to help me, I will accept the help. But I don't need you like that. Because if you God and you created me, you gave me everything that I need in order to take care of myself. I don't need you like that. The same way you did the birds and the bears and the fish, I could do the same thing. So we have a whole generation of losers. Like I said, if you are in your 30s, you still have an opportunity to save face. But what do they say? They say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. These people in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they're done. And they are the main ones out here talking about, I'm teaching the youth. What your ass done? What are you teaching? Show them what you produce. All this teaching that you talking about. I'm teaching the youth. Teach them what? What have you produced with your teaching? Absolutely nothing. And that's what they do. And so you listen to these old dried up fogies with their plagiarism, fabricated history, their damn lies, their delusions and fairy tales. You listen to them, and what are the youth producing? They're producing nothing, just like the generation before them. With all this supreme wisdom and high knowledge and deep spirituality and blah, blah, blah. Living lies. Fairy tale, Disneyland crap. And I can't do it. So stump your feet, cry, spit, do whatever. That's on you. On that note, let me get out of here. I thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, and again, if you have not shared, if you had not listened to my commentary from earlier this morning, Black unity is love and compassion. And I know folks don't want to hear that because they're not into that. They're not interested. Love and compassion. They want you to be their slave. They're not interested. Everybody out here trying to make slaves. Thank you, Brother Scott. I don't want you to be my slave. I want you to think for yourself, and I want us as a people liberated from these races once and for all because you deserve it. 500 years living in this hellhole the way we have been doing is enough. The buck needs to stop. If we want, we can bring this all to an end. If we really want to. I'm already 5,000. And I catch y'all on the flip. Peace.